Picture this, you're at a party surrounded by laughter and conversation. Someone walks in with a perfect smile, greeting everyone enthusiastically, cracking jokes. Everyone seems charmed, except you. If you're an INFJ, something inside you starts to feel uneasy. That smile doesn't carry the warmth it should. The eyes don't match the words. The tone has an odd vibration. You can't explain it, but you just know that person is pretending. And while everyone else enjoys the show, you feel the energy in the room shift. You're uncomfortable, your intuition is buzzing, and without realizing it, you look for an escape. This, which for others might go unnoticed, is a classic INFJ experience, an extreme sensitivity to falseness. Hello and welcome to Psych IQ. On this channel, we post weekly videos to support introverted, intuitive and sensitive people, helping them grow both personally and emotionally. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our future content. Today we're going to dive into why this happens, what lies behind this intolerance of fake people, and how INFJs can navigate a world where social masks seem unavoidable. INFJs have what many describe as an emotional lie detector. From a young age, they develop a near magical ability to pick up on what isn't being said, the emotions hiding behind a gesture, the contradictions between words and tone of voice, the subtle cues that most people miss. It's like they live with their senses permanently amplified, while others stay at the surface. INFJs perceive the deeper layers. This can be a gift because it helps them connect authentically with genuine people. But it also has a downside. They can't turn it off. And when someone is being fake, the INFJ feels it in their body like an unbearable static noise. For INFJs, authenticity isn't just a value, it's a vital necessity. They often present themselves transparently, even if that makes them feel different or misunderstood. They'd rather stay quiet than fake a feeling. That's why when someone acts in a false way, INFJs feel it's not just a lie, it's a violation of something sacred, the possibility of a real connection. While other people might look the other way or even enjoy the performance, INFJs live that moment like suffocating in a room with no air. What's curious is that INFJs also understand why people are fake. They can sense that many masks are born out of fear of rejection, fear of vulnerability, fear of not being accepted. So here's the dilemma. On one hand, they feel compassion because they know insecurity is behind the mask, but at the same time, they can't stand it. It's like hearing someone play a piano completely out of tune. You know they're trying, but every wrong note still grates on your nerves. This inattention is why INFJs experience falseness with such a unique and painful discomfort. We all put on little social masks from time to time. We say, "I'm fine," when we're not. We smile out of courtesy. We act polite when we're tired. It's part of living in society. INFJs do it too sometimes, but they experience it as an enormous drain. To them, not being authentic feels like betraying themselves. That's why, when they're around people who live permanently behind a mask, constantly faking, exaggerating to impress or manipulating, INFJs feel trapped in a theatre play that never ends. And all they want is to step off stage. For INFJs, fake behaviour isn't just annoying, it hurts. Because every time they sense someone isn't authentic, the possibility of true connection shatters. Imagine wanting to speak heart to heart with someone, but they only respond with empty lines or exaggerated stories. That broken connection feels devastating. Even in a crowded room, the INFJ can feel isolated, as if speaking through an invisible wall. Another reason INFJs can't stand fake people is their protector instinct. They know that falseness often isn't innocent. It can come with manipulation, deceit, or a hunger for power. And because INFJs value truth and justice so deeply, they feel responsible for protecting themselves and sometimes even others from that toxicity. That's why they often distance themselves, set boundaries, or even warn others when they sense someone's fake behaviour is harmful. Here's an important distinction. INFJs don't reject vulnerable or insecure people. In fact, they often feel empathy and tenderness toward those who are afraid of showing who they really are. What truly repels them is intentional falseness, when someone uses a mask to manipulate, deceive, or climb socially. That difference explains why an INFJ can be endlessly patient with a shy person but refuse to tolerate a hypocrite. When confronted with falseness, INFJs usually take one of two approaches: silence and distance. Instead of open confrontation, they quietly pull away, reduce contact, and protect their energy. Strategic confrontation. If the fake behaviour is actively harming others, they may point it out, but calmly and with precision, like a surgeon making a careful incision. What INFJs almost never do is adapt to the fakery. Pretending everything is fine when it isn't would be, for them, an unbearable act of self-betrayal. Spending too much time surrounded by fake people comes at a high cost for INFJs. They may feel drained, lose trust in others, or withdraw into isolation. That's why they are often so selective with their inner circle. They'd rather have a handful of genuine friends than a crowd of shallow acquaintances. And that choice doesn't come from coldness. It's a form of emotional self-preservation. As they grow older, INFJs realise something important: falseness will always exist. It can't be avoided completely, but what they can do is decide where to invest their energy. They learn to let go of the urge to change others and instead focus on those who truly value them. That simple decision brings them peace and allows them to keep being authentic in a world of masks. Take a common scenario. The INFJ is sitting in a work meeting. A colleague jumps in with exaggerated comments, clearly trying to impress the boss. Everyone else laughs and nods. Meanwhile, the INFJ feels a knot in their stomach. They sense the discrepancy between the words and the intention. It's not about contributing, it's about manipulating. Quietly, the INFJ begins to distance themselves mentally. In their inner map, that person has already lost credibility. And what's interesting is, time and again, INFJs turn out to be right. Eventually, the mask slips. Though it may feel like a burden, intolerance of fake people is also a gift. Because of it, INFJs can recognise authenticity when it appears. They know how to treasure the small signs of honesty, the sincere gestures, the words spoken from the heart. This ability makes them great friends, confidants, and advisors. When an INFJ feels someone is genuine, they open up their inner world without hesitation. In the end, INFJs can't stand fake people because their nature is wired for authenticity, depth, and coherence. Falseness collides with all of those values and causes them a pain that's hard to explain. But that very sensitivity also allows INFJs to build solid, honest, and lasting connections. Even in a world full of masks, they will always have the gift of recognizing what's real. And in times where appearances seem to dominate everything, that gift is more valuable than ever. If you resonated with this topic, leave a comment sharing how you react to fake people. If you know someone who always detects falseness instantly, share this video with them and don't forget to subscribe so we can keep exploring together the fascinating psychology of INFJs.